another episode of Beauty Told. It's your girl Britt, and tonight we have another great juicy topic. And as I told you guys, we switched gears a little bit. We're going to talk more financial because as we get ready to enter into the year of 2024, it is critical that we get our finances in order. So, your girl is here to help us out. And of course, to keep us on track, my handy dandy faith journal. Now, y'all, it's getting more and more raggedy every day. I got to actually get some tape to tape it together. But nonetheless, we are going to use it to stay on topic. So, today's topic is bottom line credit cards. Are they good or are they bad? I'm here to let you guys know. So, I just want to get straight to it. Credit cards are your friends. Yes, I said it. Credit cards are your friends. They're not the enemy. They actually are here to help you. But if used incorrectly, it can most definitely harm you. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this up because as we all know, the pandemic brought on a whole nother just aspect to our lives. It literally was something that shifted the world and caused all types of chaos, caused all types of unknown. And I don't know about y'all, but there is nothing worse than the unknown for me. I just kind of got to know. I think that's why my favorite subject in school was math because I needed to know 2 plus 2 it equals 4. It can be proven. I was not the biggest fan of science because there was so many theories and logics and this and that. No, no, no. I need something that is for fact. Okay. And for a fact, you guys, credit cards definitely can help us. So again, pandemic definitely caused us to go into a panic. And a lot of us, if we didn't have like maybe funds saved up, if we didn't have our credit together, I think that it ultimately showed during that time period. Again, if you guys don't know my back history, financial industry for the past 10 years. So I had a lot of applicants. In fact, we had an influx of applicants around that time just trying to get whatever loans possible so that way people can stay afloat. You know, they can continue to pay their bills, they continue to live in their homes, you know, whether it's to pay rent, pay mortgage, whatever the case may be. And there was so many people, unfortunately, where it ended up where they were declined, you know, because credit was not where it needed to be. And what do you do when you're all fully exhausted out of funds and nothing else to turn to? No lending options in sight. What do you have? So, one of the fastest ways to build your credit, to continue to boost your credit, is credit cards, believe it or not. So, with credit cards, again, your girl is here to help you guys get it established, get a good knowledge base of how they actually operate and work. And then that way you can work them. Okay. So, I want to start off by I think the key element is so, Britt, how do I acquire a credit card? So, we're going to look at it from two different angles, right? So, angle number one for my beauties and gents out there who maybe don't have any credit established right now or it's very, very limited. How do you acquire a credit card? So, one of the best ways to do it is with a secured credit card. That's right, a secured credit card. A secured credit card is a guaranteed way for you to be able to get a credit card. Now, the stipulation, of course, is with it being a secured card, it's secured by your actual funds. So a lot of times you can check your, you know, whoever your primary bank is, whoever your primary credit union is, more than likely, one of them offers a secured credit card to help you with either establishing credit or if you're in the rebuilding stages of wanting to get your credit back on track. Great product to be able to use. Most of them you can start off with very small limits. You can usually secure it with maybe $200, $300. Again, I think that another big thing that people sometimes misinterpret when it comes to credit cards is you have to have this humongous credit limit. No, and for a lot of people, it's actually best that you start off small so you can start getting into a rhythm and a pattern of utilizing it and paying it, because those are two crucial elements that's going to really help with boosting your credit scores. So start off with a $200 or $300 secured credit card, and that is going to be your way of creating a trade line. So that trade line is going to help build what I like to call your credit portfolio. Because, of course, you want to continue to build on that. And again, in later segments, I'll explain how you can kind of do a good credit mix and get it all kind of mixed in there and all configured and all that good stuff. But again, credit cards are a great way to start it and a great way to just kind of get it boosted. For those who don't have credit established, secure credit cards, just having a credit card in general, is going to help you. Honestly, within 6 months, you should see a score generated for yourself. And it's going to be very helpful because that's going to be the starting point and your building point to continue to just keep it going. Keep it going. Now, for those of you who maybe, have maybe passed that stage and you're just kind of wanting to maybe acquire another credit card under your belt, then of course we have your unsecured credit cards. And your unsecured credit cards are your American Express, your Discovers, your, what's another one? Your Capital Ones. Now, I, for one, would say that a great starter credit card is a Capital One credit card. I say that because personally, I had one for myself and they started me off with a $300 limit, no biggie. And I think it's every 6 months, they evaluate and just see your credit history and they see your credit utilization. And then typically, I'm not guaranteeing it, but typically they'll increase you involuntarily. So that way you don't have to even do an inquiry on your credit. They'll just kind of decide to maybe boost you up to 500 now because they see that you've built a rapport with them that is in good standing where they can reward you in that way. So Capital One was a great card. Still is a great card to have. Typically, they usually don't have an annual fee with their cards, so it's a great way to kind of avoid having to pay an annual fee. Um, by the way, share your secured credit cards typically do have an annual fee. It's usually pretty reasonable. They may only have like maybe $36 annual fee or $48 annual fee. Nothing too crazy or you know, ridiculous. If you calculate that, it's about three to $4 a month. We can forego that, especially if it's going to benefit us in the long run of building that credit. So just think of it from that aspect. Now, with the unsecured credit cards, you don't have to worry about putting any money down. This is just strictly just going off of what you have established credit wise so far, and them deciding to approve you and find a best suited and best fit credit limit for you. Same rules usually generally apply where after so many months of you just showing yourself approved, they normally will also kind of increase your limit, so it really helps. Again, I say all of this to say because during this time where you have inflation going on, where the everything is just going up, really our pay isn't really going up to match the inflation increases. So a great way to just kind of have an emergency in your back pocket is a credit card. To be honest with you guys, you don't have to exhaust all your savings. You don't have to penny pinch your paychecks necessarily. It's a great way to still get your necessities. Now, I do want to let you guys know, please, 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 you guys, do not swipe, 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 and rack that bad boy all the way up to the roof. That is not what I'm saying. But I am saying that if you are in between paychecks and maybe you need a few groceries in your house, a credit card is a great way to be able to purchase what you need today and pay it back tomorrow. You can pay it back when it's due. So it's a great way to kind of leverage, stretch your money out a little bit further that way. Especially if maybe you were getting ready to get like a bonus check or something like that, then that's something that you can use the credit card today and use some of that money and pay that card off, when it's due the next day. So it's just a great way to use it for your benefit. And a lot of times these credit cards actually come with rewards too. So I'll talk about that a little later too. Now, I do want to kind of go over now. You have your credit card. You got it together. How, Britt, do you use the credit card then? Okay, you told us how to acquire one, whether it's a shared, whether it's a secured Visa credit card or secured MasterCard credit card, whoever you're getting your secure credit card through, you got it. And if you're got a little credit under your belt and you just needed to acquire a card where you didn't have to necessarily put any money down, you got your unsecured credit card. Now that I got these cards, Britt, okay, what am I doing with them? Great question. So what you're going to do is you want to keep the credit usage to 30% or less. Yes, credit usage is a very important and key element that the credit bureaus are looking at. So pay attention to how you're swiping, guys. So let's say, for example, you have a $300 credit card limit, right? I do not need you to go over $90 in spending. Keep it low. Keep it low. Keep it low. Keep it on something that maybe you necessarily, maybe need it. Maybe it's gas for your car. Maybe it's a couple of lunches, during your work week. Just keep it as low as possible. It makes it easier, for one, when it's time to pay it back, that you can usually pay the full amount back when it's due on the due date. And also, like I said, it's showing the credit bureaus that you're not so dependent on the card, that you're considered a high risk user with the excessive credit utilization. Okay. So just kind of, keep it as small as you can and pay it back. It does not necessarily matter what you're using it for. It could be a few candy bars. If you want to just spend it for $10 a month, that's perfectly great. What you don't want to do is get the credit card and not use it. Because, guys, this is what your credit is going to do as far as your credit score. Flatline. You're not going to go anywhere if you don't use it. You have to use the credit card. Again, the credit card is your friend if you use it responsibly. If you use it for your benefits and use it the right way, it can work for you. And that's what we want. That is the financial tip that I want to express and drill into you guys' heads, is that you want to use it the right way. So, again, we want to make sure we're keeping the utilization low, but please, guys, keep in mind, we got to make sure we pay the bill. You gotta pay the bill. That is a very huge chunk of your credit score, as well as paying it. Using it, but you gotta pay it. Okay? Nothing is for free. And if nothing else, please make sure that you're at least, if you cannot do anything else, my beauties and gents, pay the minimum balance. And let's say if you're in a financial crunch, things are a little tight. Maybe you missed a couple days at work and your paycheck may not have been what it normally is. I need you to at least make that minimum payment. Whatever it is that it reflects on that credit statement, please pay the minimum payment. Because what you want to do is keep that track record going of you paying on time, so the credit bureaus don't see any lapses, they don't see any inconsistencies, that we just keep it positive, we keep it afloat. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, it will work. And for those who can financially do this, every time that due date comes, if you're able to pay the full balance, because again, your utilization shouldn't have been too crazy where your balance is out of whack, please, please, please make sure that you can pay the full balance if possible. Because that way, no matter how high the interest rate is, I don't care if that interest rate is a 50% interest rate. Guess what? By you paying the full balance off, your interest just dropped down to zero for that month. You're not paying anything extra because there's nothing that you're rolling over as far as a balance to the next statement. So again, great way to keep a little money in your pocket as far as not having to pay anything extra as far as interest and fees. Okay. So, I definitely want us to, all have a credit card. I think that it is essential that every single person on this earth needs to have at least one credit card in their wallet. That's right, I said it. Everyone needs a credit card. It is going to help you. You can thank me later. Now, guys, I know that we went over quite a bit. I just wanted to kind of get the ball rolling, get it kind of out there in the open of credit cards and how I want to I want to break that myth that, stay away from credit cards. Now, if you are one of those people though, because I do get this a lot, I've gotten this plenty of times with people in my office. When I mention a credit card, when I mention the benefits of it, when I mention how it can help them with their credit building or establishing credit, I do get this as a rebuttal is, yeah, I just can't stay disciplined with that credit card. I just feel like I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it the right way. Now, here's a very helpful tip that I have helped a lot of my clients, and it really does help, again, if you take what I advise you and actually execute it into action. Let's say with your credit card, you set up one bill to come out of, to come off of your credit card, whether it be your light bill, something small, whether it be your cell phone bill. I don't want to necessarily say gas bill, but usually like your light bill and your cell phone bill, because those typically can stay within the guidelines I was telling you. It's something you're going to pay anyways. It's something that you have to pay anyways. A lot of us, millions and billions of us have cell phones. Millions and billions of us, with our house have our lights on. So why not set up your bill pay to come off of the credit card? And then the money you were going to use to pay it anyways, which I would hope that you were going to use the money to pay for it, you're going to use it to pay the credit card off. No swiping involved. The card can sit in your drawer. But guess what? By having it set up for an auto pay of some type of bill, it's still being utilized. It's still being used. You may not have to physically swipe the card, but it's still being used. And it's being used to pay a bill, and you are automatically just paying it off when it's time. It's a win-win. Bill got paid, credit card got used, credit card got paid, and on to the next month. And before you know it, your score is moving. It's going. It's going without you having to actually be forced to use the card or be tempted to use the card. Again, it could be out of sight, out of mind, and you got your auto pays going. So that was a tip that a lot of my clients have said that really helped. It broke it down to me elementary style, and before you know it, you're at least in fair shape of the 650 or higher. And then again, as we move on into different segments of my financial series, we're going to help boost that score even more. So I can't wait. My goal is to still have some special guests with me that are going to help me to talk about these topics, to kind of dive a little bit deeper into some, because that was just kind of a scratching the surface with the credit cards. I just had to get your tongue wet, just had to wet the whistle a little bit so that way you guys, you hear me, you feel me. And again, we're gonna get it together. I promise y'all. Because I can't leave y'all hanging. Again, we're getting ready to go into a new year. It's about to be new. It's a new us. It's a new us. Okay. So my beauties and gents, I hope that this helped. Again, if you are loving the content, if you are loving the information, if you're loving your girl, make sure to subscribe. Don't be shy. Hit that subscribe button. Like, share with me some other tips that's been helpful. Like I said, I want to build a community where we're able to share information. Let's not hog it all to ourselves. Let's get this information out here. One of the things that I am very passionate about, I love financial literacy, and I'm always, looking into it, researching more about it, willing to learn more. And I just feel like knowledge is power. So please, 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 if you got some information, throw it in the comment section, and we want to hear from you. Let's help each other out. Let's build each other up and not tear each other down. And share this video. Help someone that maybe doesn't know where to start when it comes to getting their credit together, and they need some helpful tips to get it there. Like, your girl is here to help you guys. Again, like I told you, I went through bankruptcy, was able to dig it out of the mud, out of the dirt, and polish it up and get it together. I want to do the same for you guys. Hopefully, even prevent you from having to go through the dirty route I had to go through. And let's win out here. We win. This is the win team. Okay. I love you guys so much. Thank you for my subscribers that are here again. 50 subscribers and still going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep that meter going up. I love you guys so much. And until next time, let's make a change.